Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. It's your boy Simbawi Nibai Jr., aka TK, and my man Omar Williams. We call him O. Say what's up to the peeps.
What's up, good people?
It's another lovely Wednesday, and y'all know how we do. We jump right in and we get things started and popping. But before we do, you know what time it is. It's Affirmation Wednesday. So if you got your affirmations with you, or you got to memorize, or whatever you got, let's get those in and out the way before we get into our topic of the day on this lovely Wednesday. Some like to call it Hump Day. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Today will be a good day. Today will be a great day. Today will be an awesome day. Today will be an amazing day. Today will be a phenomenal day. Today will be stress-free. Today will be a stressless day. Today, I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress. Today, all circumstances, issues, and situations are lining up for my favor. Today, I will become better than who and what I was yesterday. I am a go-getter. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am an overcomer. I never lose. I either win or I learn. I take authority over this day. I will dominate this day. I will conquer this day. And everything that I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed, because I am more than a conqueror. Let's get it popping. So today's topic is what's holding you back? What's holding you back? And for those of you out there who are, wondering where this is going, I'm gonna give you guys a real quick and brief overview of what this is. So, as you all know, myself and O, we are believers in Yahushua the Messiah, right? So, this particular topic is coming from Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16 to 19. But I'm going to make it a very general thing for you guys today. So, I'm not going to preach to you, all right? Don't worry, I'm not going to preach to you. Or should I say, we're not going to preach to you, all right? But I want to make this general because these 6 things that will keep you from moving forward in life is not just biblical, but it's just morally correct and right. It's just if you are doing these 6 things, they're going to keep you back in life, whether it's personally, professionally, financially, mentally, and so forth. So here we go. 6 things that will keep you from moving forward in life. Number 1, being prideful. Or should we say pride? But there's 2 types of pride. So the first type of pride is pride in oneself, or esteeming yourself higher than you ought to. Thinking of yourself on a, I'm being prideful. I'm like, I'm better than everybody else, and I'm the man, or I'm the woman, or just being very high and mighty and haughty on yourself. Now, there's nothing wrong with being, having confidence in yourself and knowing who you are. But when you're constantly putting yourself on a pedestal, and that's where you kind of run into a situation where pride is not the thing to be held at that moment. Now, the second thing about pride is, it's pride in what you do and pride in who you are. So we've talked about on this podcast before about knowing who you are and knowing, what you are and where you're going and all that stuff. And then pride in what you do, taking pride in your work, taking pride in your, your schoolwork or your academics, taking pride in being a father, a mother, taking pride in whatever it is that you do. That's a good pride to have pride in. But being prideful and just esteeming yourself highly above others and just, saying just things that shouldn't be. I mean, you would let others do that for you rather than you do it for yourself. Having confidence and having pride are two different things. All right. Number 2, and feel free to stop me whenever you
Okay,
get ready.
good. You good. Yep.
All right. Number 2, lying. Lying. Again, lying. Talking about your tongue, what you say, what comes out of your mouth. All right. Death and life lie in the power of your tongue. It's a scripture, but it's also true. You know, here at Frame of Mind Inc., we talk about thinking positive thoughts, saying positive things, doing positive deeds. However it is you speak, you actually put that in the atmosphere, and it can and or will come to pass one way or the other. So either you're speaking life into your situation or you're speaking death into it. And if not your situation, you're speaking life or death into other situations and other people's lives. It changes everything. A lie changes everything, just as much as the truth changes everything. So again, positive or negative, we're all about being on the positive side of things. The most powerful weapon any human being has is their tongue. And I say that wholeheartedly because it doesn't matter what weapon or what you believe to be a weapon that of choice that can do whatever damage or give you leverage over anything, your tongue is the most dangerous weapon you can have because you can speak things into existence that weren't supposed to be because you chose to open your mouth and say it. So lying is a horrible thing because once you make one lie, you got to keep lying to cover all the lies you've already started. And once the truth does come out, man, that's another thing coming to you. So lying, number 2.
Well, let me add to that lying real quick, TK.
You got it.
What makes the lying dangerous too, man, is the person you're telling the lie to. So like you can believe a lie. So if you're telling somebody a lie and you've heard the line of whatever you believe you can conceive. Mm-hmm. Well, if you believe a lie, you conceive a lie or the results of that lie. I don't want to get too deep with it. Like I said, we're not preaching you today, but I just feel like lying is, you got to watch that tongue. And lying to yourself is bad too. Like when you lie to yourself, that's a horrible thing to do because you got to look at yourself in the mirror every day when you lie to yourself. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, that could be almost just as bad as lying to somebody else, lying to yourself.
Probably worse. It's probably just as bad. Yeah, it might be worse.
It might be. I mean, lying on or to someone else, I mean, that's bad. But when you lie to yourself, I mean, come on. I mean, you're just sabotaging your own life
completely. And you know you're doing it too.
Yeah, you know you're doing it. And let's be honest, there's some out there there's others who don't know they're doing it. And again, but you know when you're lying to yourself. Like eventually you know that what you're telling yourself is not the truth. And we're not going to, like O said, we're not going to get deep into this, but
deep into it, yeah.
Let's just not lie. That's just not a good thing to do. All right, moving on. Number 3, scheming. Scheming. Particularly evil or trying to get ahead in an evil way. I'll say that. Like doing whatever it takes to get ahead in an evil way, in a bad way. Something that's not good to do. You know, getting that promotion the wrong way. You know, let's just in traffic or on the road and cut people off and driving dangerously. Like that's because sometimes people scheme to do that. Like there's people who do that on the regular, and like that's how they drive, and they know they're doing bad, but they're always thinking, "I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do this today." You know, plotting evil thoughts, evil things, to do evil things, stepping on everyone else to get where you have to go, and not having any remorse about it. It's just, you know, you're just like, look, by any means necessary, I'm going to do this. Now let's take this into, you know, thought. By any means necessary has its limits and its place. So by any means necessary I'm going to get an A on my report card. That does not mean you need to be cheating to get an A on your report card. You need to study your behind off and do what you need to do, put the time in to get that A. But cheating is not the way to go about doing it. What did you learn? What did you gain? Nothing. You just cheated your way to getting an A. And that's just an example. That's all I'm saying. Don't scheme evil thoughts and evil plots to get ahead in life. Don't scheme evil plots and evil thoughts at all. Because again, what you think about, you eventually say, and you eventually do. Just that simple. Number 4, quick to do wrong. Quick to do wrong. Elaboration, not ever wanting to do right by anyone or in doing anything. I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. Not ever wanting to do right by anyone or in doing anything. Now, if those of you who have heard me on the podcast before, you all know that I very rarely, if at all, say the word never. But what I do say is ever. So people have said, hey, don't never say never. Well, you just said never. Say never. So you just said the word. I'm like, so don't ever say never. So I wouldn't say, never wanting to do right by anyone or anything. I say not ever wanting, because everybody, I truly don't believe that there's anybody out there other than the devil, Satan himself. And I will say this, in this instance, yes, he never wants to do right. Okay. That is a fact and truth. All right. Moving on. Human beings, every human being has some ounce of wanting to do right in their body, in their being. I believe that 100% wholeheartedly. So in this case, we're talking about being, mischievous, causing harm or hurt in a playful way, but you're hiding it under you being playful with the intent to do harm or hurt someone. You're being mischievous. And some of you might say mischievous. The correct way to say the word is mischievous. I'm just saying. So I want to make sure I'm correct in saying the word. Now, of course, whatever part of the world you live in or part of the nation, you might enunciate it differently. Whatever. We're not getting into that. Cheating. Talked about that already, about cheating on a test. Quick to do wrong. You're quick to cheat all the time. Cheating your way through life. Cheating your way through your job. Cheating your way through your marriage. Ooh. Cheating your way through your marriage. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that right there. I ain't gonna touch that one. I'm not even gonna touch that one. As a whole other podcast, possibly even a series. Anyway, not ever looking for the right thing to do. Always looking for the wrong thing to do. Always looking for the evil thing to do, the not so good thing to do. Quick to do wrong. Mischievous, cheating, not ever looking to do the right thing. You can't get ahead in life. Now, listen, you can get ahead in life, but let's be very honest. You will reap what you sow eventually, one way or the other. One way or the other. Oh, we good?
Yeah, we good, man. We good. Yep, we good.
Okay. I got 2 more. Number 5, spreading lies maliciously. Spreading lies maliciously. Elaboration. You know the truth, but you choose to lie to get someone in trouble. Again, you know the truth, but you choose to lie to get someone in trouble. For example, you're standing up for your friend when you know they're doing wrong. But because they're your friend, you choose to lie so that they don't get in trouble, but someone else does.
Wow.
That's spreading lies maliciously. You know the truth, but you choose to tell a lie. Hatred towards another. This is a big one. This is a big one. Hatred towards another. You spread lies maliciously because you have hatred towards that person or towards that group of people or towards those individuals. You know the truth, but you choose to tell a lie. We've seen that in movies. We've heard about it throughout history. I mean, heck, it probably happens every day, unfortunately. And then, of course, the word maliciously, intending to do wrong or harm purposefully. Purposefully. You're intending to do wrong or harm to someone or something, particularly someone, purposefully. I'm just saying. Last one, number 6. Causing strife. Causing strife. Instigating or causing division. Instigating or causing division. For example, wanting to escalate the problem or the issue in a negative way. You want to be an instigator. You want to see things get crazy. You want to see things get all out of control. You want to see division happen. You don't want unity. We talked about the power of one in the last podcast. You want division. You don't want unity. Causing strife. Liking to see people fighting, arguing, bickering, etc. You don't like to see people getting along. The more chaos that happens, the better for you. You want to see chaos. You want to see things in an uproar. You want to see things go wrong and go bad. Again, this is things that people actually do and will plot and do and scheme to do, causing strife.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like unity. Again, you like division. And not only do you like division, it is quite possible you love division.
Wow.
Because liking and loving are two different things. Now, they're similar, but they're different. So let's just give an example. So when I was in college, well, before then, I had the desire to want to play in the NBA. I loved basketball from a child up through high school, got to college, and actually between age about 14, 15 years old, I started writing songs and writing music. And so basketball and music became, the two things that I had. And I got to college, I had to make a choice. I'm like, do I want to play basketball? Do I want to do music? And I had to come to the realization that I didn't love basketball anymore. I liked it, but I loved doing music. So I chose what I love to do, because when you're doing what you love to do, it's your passion, doesn't feel like work. So in this instance, you don't just like division, you love division. Like, you love causing arguments and fights and bickering. You love escalating problems and issues to where they get out of control and chaos. Like, what kind of person likes to do that? I mean, I would go as far as to say that someone who is, not to keep anything, all spiritually and churchy, but I'm like, someone who's possibly demon possessed. Let's just be honest.
I agree, brother. I agree with that completely.
So, I'm
gonna leave it divided inside.
Oh, yeah, they need to one themselves.
Right? They need to one themselves.
You need to one yourself, son. You're too divided.
Right.
Hey, a house divided against itself cannot stand.
Yep.
That's simple. And that could be your personal house. It could be a department store. It could be a restaurant. It could be the government. I'm just saying. Unity is big, but division, that's a whole other story. Last one example of causing strife. You're a leader in being divisive. You're a leader in being divisive, which means you take leadership in leading people to do these kinds of things, and you enjoy doing it for whatever reasons that they may be. You love causing strife. So let's run down the list again one more time. Number 1, pride. Pride in which you're esteeming yourself higher than what you should or ought to. Lying. The most powerful weapon you have is your tongue. It's that simple. Scheming. Evil or getting ahead. Plotting, stepping on everyone else, doing whatever it takes to get ahead, even if it's the wrong thing. Quick to do wrong, not ever wanting to do right by anyone or doing anything. Being mischievous, meaning you're causing harm or hurt in a playful way, but you're covering it up by doing it in a playful way, quote unquote, with the intent to do harm. Spreading lies maliciously. Intending to do wrong or harm purposefully. You know the truth, but you choose to tell a lie anyway, for whatever reasons that may be. Last but not least, causing strife. Being an instigator, causing division. You don't like division, but you love it. You actually thrive off of it. That just sounds horrible.
Horrible, man.
That sounds horrible. You thrive off division. Seriously? Anyway, that's really all we have today for you guys. I mean, I wanted to give you guys just something here because even though you may not believe what me and O believe from a faith standpoint, there's a whole lot of truth and reading the word of Yahuwah and seeing how, we can better ourselves personally, professionally, financially, mentally, in all areas of our lives. So, you got anything else you want to add before we kind of end this one out? We end this one out a little early, but you can say a lot with a little bit of time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just add this, man. For the people that are believers, a lot of this came from Proverbs 6:16 and 19. And if you really look at the things that it says God hates, it's all every last thing is the characteristics of the devil, TK, if you look at it. Everything that you named is something he does or has done. You know what I'm saying?
And it's still doing.
There you go. Exactly. So
pass down an offering plate. That's a little sermon net for the day. But no, man, like for real, I'm gonna say this one thing, and that's gonna be it. Everything that encompasses our lives deals with spirituality. Everything that encompasses our lives deals with spirituality. Now, me and O are not here to impose our faith on you, but you guys know what we're about. You know who we are. So this is no secret. To those of you who are listening to the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast for the first time, or you're just now hearing us say this in the podcast, now you know. But we're always going to impart, or should I say include, our faith in our conversations one way or the other, whether it's blatant or it's, quote, subliminal. The subliminal sounds like a bad word, but that's the word that comes to mind right now. So it is what it is. And again, the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast is for who it's for. We have an audience that we, quote, cater to, but in doing that, it's for who it's for. We give you guys value every Wednesday, whether it's an interview or it's us talking about topics like this, or we're talking about life from a different perspective. So love you guys. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for hanging in there with us. We got some things in store for you guys, but we can't release too much too soon. Got some interviews that we're lining up to bring some very great people into the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast to really talk about life from a different perspective, bring you guys value, and to really step our game up to being a positive force and light in this world, to do what we were sent here to do. Well, do what we were sent here to do. One of the things we were sent here to do, which was to make the world a better place as best we can. And, we said in our podcast before, the power of one person can make a difference. So you got myself, you got O. How much of a difference can we make in someone's life today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, in the past? That's what we're all about. So for all of us here at Frame of Mind Inc., your boy TK, my man O, thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great rest of your day or your morning or evening, whatever time you're getting the replay of this, morning, evening, afternoon. We love you. We thank you for joining us, and I'll holla. Talk to you guys later. Thank you for joining the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. And as always, here at Frame of Mind Inc., think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. As our tagline says, think it, speak it, achieve it. See you next time.
It's a phrase like it's what you say and what you do.
Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.frameofmindinc.com, where you can browse our online apparel store, listen to some of our original music and production services, as well as view our videos and projects we've done for our clients and customers.